What do the Kings have to do this offseason for them to get better? For me, I think they they got to get an interior presence in general. They have no. I mean, Sabonis is a big man. One could argue he's the third best big man in the league. He's not physical at all. I mean, he gets rebounds. He's able to score and facilitate and do all those things to be the focal point of an offense. But you don't have to have like a 7-footer down there per se. But Kevin Looney would be nice next to Sabonis and Fox and Monk. I next year is going to be hard for them because every team is going to get up for the Sacramento Kings, and therefore they are going to have to figure out how to sustain success, which has been hard for them to do for the past 20-some years. So can they do it? I mean, the Lakers, they got better. The Warriors are still there. The Suns are still there. They got Kevin Durant for a full season now. The Clippers, I would assume, depending on what goes on with them, with Kawhi and Paul George, they're going to be better. The Kings might mess around and be back at the bottom of the Pacific Division. They could be, unless they get some type of interior presence, man. So what do y'all think about the Kings? What should they do?
As my camera is like really blurry. I will say this. I will say that I like what the Kings have, to your point. But they do need how Aaron Gordon took over in game 1 for the Nuggets was more physical. They need that type of player, to your point. Right? Someone that can kind of create his own shot, so to speak, in the middle with Sabonis. And you're still going to have 3 shooters at all times. Trey Lyles is not it. Trey Lyles is not a bruiser. Rashawn Holmes, I don't see the court. And I will also say that as great of a coach as Mike Brown did, he also shot himself in the foot. Terrence Davis, I believe is his name. Offensively, this is his first time I feel like putting up 4 3-pointers in a game. To y'all's point, he's trying to match what he sees and what he's guarding. However, Kevin Huerter should have been in there a lot more often, especially when you're down 10, 12 points. Like, if you're going to trade threes, at least put a 3-point shooter in the game. And that's where Mike Brown made that mistake. But they also, the Warriors, the Kings should have just started tanking, by the way. And I got that 3rd seed and played somebody different. Maybe been the 4th seed and played the Clippers, whatever, what have you. But they needed someone big. I agree, a rebounder, a presence. Sabonis is still going to be a double-double machine. And just getting that will be great. I think the rest of the players are still under contract with them for a while. But you got to let Harrison Barnes go because he cost you a game. And he didn't do anything in game 7. He cost you, I think, game 4, game 5, whatever it was. We're talking about veteran leadership. Missed 2 straight shots from the same exact point that could have put them up, I believe, 3-2. But instead, they went down 2-3. So it would have been game 5, actually. That's when that happened. And so they got to get rid of Harrison Barnes and find that big, so to speak, that can mesh well, but can not only look for
Draymond.
I didn't want to say it out loud.
You want to play against the Warriors a couple times a year? They don't want you anymore. I mean, yeah.
And you know the coach.
Yeah.
So I mean,
in California.
Yeah, not too far away. You know what I mean? So they do need somebody to that extent, someone that can facilitate as a 4 or 5, so to speak, but still get his own when necessary. Give you about 10 to 12, but you need him on the rebound. You need a Kevon Looney. I'm gonna keep saying Dennis Rodman because Dennis Rodman knew his role and shut his mouth. And you need that type of player for the Kings, a bruiser, so to speak. They play with too much finesse, and finesse is not necessarily going to win, especially when you're trying to match what the Warriors are giving you.
For me, it's easy to compare the Kings to the Grizzlies because they both have their future point guards for the next hopefully 10 years. Granted. But the difference between Ja and De'Aaron Fox is one of them I don't trust with the ball in his hand the last 2 minutes, and the other just won an award for Clutch Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. So for the Kings are in a boat they're in my opinion, a better boat than the Grizz right now, but they do need to find a backcourt mate to go with De'Aaron Fox. And what I mean by that is because Ja Morant has Desmond Bane, and we know for sure he can put up 20 points a game, in the future. Who can we say that on the Kings outside of, Sabonis and, of course, Fox? So I think once you are able to solidify, that 2-3 role, just like Steph got Clay, I think you're going to put yourself in a better position because you can have Keegan Murray or Kevin Huerter coming off the bench, which only make you better. For two, like y'all said, a big banker in the middle. Like you gotta be able to guard the paint. Sabonis won't be able to do it, a whole nother season by himself again. So you solidify that. Draymond is still mad at Harrison for not inviting him to the wet, and so they can be teammates. Hey, yeah, what's up with that? Why Dre, why you didn't invite Harrison Barnes, man?
No, Harrison Barnes didn't invite Draymond.
Oh, Harrison Barnes invite.
Yeah, because Draymond wanted to get KD. So that's why.
And can you blame him?
Hey, how about Dylan Brooks to partner with De'Aaron Fox? Speaking of the Grizzlies.
Get him. I mean, you need somebody. I was just about to say
he can't get a bucket off the dribble towards the rim, not shooting, but towards the rim. Yeah.
And another thing, I guess one more is you need a playmaker. Like the best playmaker on your team out is Sabonis, which I have no problem with. But if you look at anybody else, who else can make plays for other people, especially coming off the bench? I'll bring up the Grizz again. We got Tyus Jones, who, Ja goes out, we don't miss a beat essentially. So even off y'all bench, and you want to put Kevin Huerter off the bench, that's a boom boom combo that'll still keep you in that, top 4, top 5 seed next season. So you able to do that? I think the Kings will be in good hands.